boys. Season 8 is here. I'm terribly sorry about that last one. My connection was interrupted for some odd-ass reason, and I'm kind of mad about that. But I'll cover them again. I'll try to keep my cool. I'm sorry. So yeah, today's season is the rise of GNOMUS. Or no, not today. This season is the rise of GNOMUS. Season 8. And as you'll see, there will be these gnome huts scattered around the entire island, so I'll point out all those. So to start off, there is a new truck man has spawned. This will tie into next season, is when he'll start moving. Also, the gnomes found this area because it was abandoned, and they saw these whiteboards and pinboards in here. So now they're taking info from what this was, and these are a bunch of secrets about the island. And how it's founded and whatnot. Also over here is the remains of the original gnome base. It is, as you can see, dug up. There's some broken pipes sticking out of the ground and all the rubble that was left behind from the floating island. Also, the fire from this has burned the leaves off the trees here, and also burned some bushes around it, so now it basically, the fire was really big, so it burned whatever was around it. Not much, but it just burned whatever was around it. Also, this sign here was, the TV was changed to a cube to reference season 8 of the BR map. So as you can see, here's another gnome hut right here. Actually, wait, I covered that one already. Sorry, I'm just doing this off the top of my head. I'm not, like, going off a script. So here is another gnome hut right here. As you can see, they're everywhere since they're studying the entire map. Also, there's these new type of gnomes called Paranormal Gnomes. As you can see, they've taken over some places. Also over here, the abductor crash site is now being fixed up by the front loaders that were from over here at Gary's garage. They're now fixing this place up, packing down the dirt, and the news people that were sitting by the No Sweat Insurance building are now covering everything that is happening and what has happened. Also over here you can see the remnants of practical policy now that the abductor part is gone, and the dirt that was like pushed up on the building itself is now gone. It's just the diggers have been doing their work. As you can see, some of the desks and chairs have been packed up. As you can see, all the ghost files that were scattered around the floor have been cleaned up. The bathroom's still the same. Nothing to change about that. The office was packed up also. Also, the rocket going into the rift spray has been removed by the janitor. Because they're either thinking about tearing this place down or rebuilding it, but then just leaving it here until someone buys the place. So that's what's going to happen. Also, if you come in here, there's also stuff packed up in here. Most of the stuff that was on the top floor of practical policy has been moved in here, like a server and a whiteboard, and some of the ghost files have been scattered on the floor. So yeah, this is pretty much this location. Also, these are some things that were collected from this building over here. Some of this stuff right here. They also got some pallets from. They shipped in an order of pallets from Logjam, from the BR map. So they obtained that, and they obtained some IO chests, which they did steal, the gnomes. They also have a new swivel chair. Also, there is a new tanker truck that is carrying some sort of liquid, and it's going to another island, of course. It's heading for the tunnel. Also, a new garage has appeared. And you know it's a garage, so nothing really interesting, but it's a roadside garage, and any car that like breaks down the middle road, they won't have a problem getting there. Also, here's another paranormal gnome. Nothing really happened here. Also, the thing here that was on top of the gas station has disappeared. The rift beacon that was protecting it from the 0 point. So here's Gary's garage. As you can see, nothing really has changed in this location other than the fact that trucks moved out of it to go do their jobs. Also, you will see that there are a bunch of gnomes scattered around the map doing some research on the FBI building and the police station. So this gnome has stacked up a bunch of crates and stools to peer out this window right here to spy on the FBI. And he's basically telling information to these guys to report back to the main captain gnome, which is at the new gnome base. Which I will cover that soon. Also, these random stacked props that were sitting by that tree over there have been moved into storage. Didn't make sense to be out there, so they decided to move it in, and they thought it was cool piece of art, so they kept it for themselves. Also, the floor has been remade, except it still looks pretty crappy. Also, there is a new storyline. The Bears. The Bears storyline will eventually take over the Gnome storyline, but that won't be for until next season when the Gnome storyline dies down a little bit. Also, the walkway has been transformed into wooden staircase instead of a stone staircase. Also, these cars have made their way back here. Now, the FBI building. Nothing much has changed here other than the fact that the FBI cars have made their way back here. This one's just coming back from the abductor crash site. Some things have disappeared from here to make room for more things. So if you come up here, as you can see, they have references to things on the BR map. As you can see, a vase referencing She-Hulk, Chapter 2, Season 4. A alien ship part from referencing Chapter 2, Season 7, Chapter 2, Season 8. Also, the airplane seat with the steering wheel from Ego. That's a word no one heard on for a long time. Basically, Chapter 2, Season 1 reference to the plane crash site. Also a Coral Castle reference, Chapter 2, Season 3. So they have collected some artifacts that have been sent here. So there's that. Also, some things have disappeared from the junkyard. As you can see, it looks a little empty. But it will fill up again, because, you know, there's not enough junk. Also, another gnome setup here, giving information and spying on the FBI building. Except, this isn't really a smart location for them, since it's literally in plain sight on the roof of this building. So they could easily be spotted. Also, the bunker didn't really change, other than the fact that there's new sidewalks around it. Nothing happened here. Something will happen here, though, which you will see in future. Also, the chair business has their own transport truck in there and are now transporting chairs to the convention to praise their product and hopefully get it approved. Also, as you can see, their business is doing very well. They have sold 5,820,000 chairs, which is insane. Or no, not, I read that wrong. 5,820,000,000 chairs, almost 821 million. Also, there is now a new billboard up here saying how many headquarter locations they have. So this is one of them, and this is 1 out of 12. So there are 12 other headquarters scattered around the world, mostly on different islands in different countries. So that is that. Nothing much has changed here. Also, some of the equipment that was up here has moved down there to make room for more computers and chairs for people to work at. Also, here you can see the original Captain Gnome. Or not the one that was freed out of prison, but the Captain Gnome that we all know, is now relaxing and watching the FBI building as well with his secretary. And the Trafficone Gnome, the almighty Trafficone Gnome, is also reporting stuff to the original Captain Gnome, which is over here. Now over here is their new gnome base, and they are packing up neurotoxins for eventual chemical warfare. And as you can see, they are growing them here, so don't take this as like they're making drugs. That's not that. So yeah, they're just packing this stuff up, and eventually they're gonna make nuclear bombs out of this stuff, and they're gonna put it underneath the police station FBI building to completely wipe the forces, the public forces out of this area so they can take over the island easier. But of course they can't do that without a fight, so that's why the FBI and police are preparing, because they suspect something of the gnomes. Also, there is a gnome having some dinner at the fish stick place. See that? Also, their cars have been restocked, so there's new show cars at the Alato Auto building. Also, the sign has been made bigger at the police station. Also, there are now new air vent and air conditioner units. So all the old ones were replaced with new ones. Except the police station, because they are a little cheap on that, so they decided to reuse one, like an older one. Also over here, the Twin Apartments has changed a little bit. If you come in here, there is a reference to my old friend, SkepVZ. Go subscribe to his channel. Or, as I call him, Kettle. So basically, this is a Chapter 2ified room. So this, as you can, if you remember, this apartment got destroyed by the drill truck from Season 6. So now, this place was transformed into a Chapter 2 room, and the almighty Kettle, SkepVZ, has moved in here. I'm sorry, SkepVZ. He wants me to say the T in his name. So yeah, you got reference to his Durburger, his flooded maps, a bunch of other stuff, his shark prison, Taco Town, and the rig, which he has a recreation of. So yeah, go subscribe to him. Just a random shout out. Nothing really changed here. Also, there's another paranormal gnome, and this room is now changed. It's been quite a bit since this room changed, because there used to be a medical bed and a blood bag next to it. So now there is a paranormal gnome and a bunch of static TVs for a strange reason. And yet, no one knows why. Also, the people have moved back here because they were evacuated because of the whole... This place got destroyed. Also, another gnome setup, watching the police station and FBI building at the same time, because this is like great view of the two. Also, up here, there's more barricades in storage. Bunch of random couch and TV. Also, there's a new outdoor table here now. Also, this house has been fixed up. It has now been made to their living. So they fixed it and made it more livable, because as you all know, it was pretty chaotic last time you saw it. So yeah, they fixed up this place, and there's a Save the World car outside. And the original car that was outside, that was crashed outside, has been moved into here. It is a extended garage. So if you come in here, as you can see, updated interior. They're fixing up the floors up here. Move the furniture around a little bit to fix this stuff. Also, I went to the roof to replace the air conditioner unit. I also fixed the roof because there was a lot of stuff up with it. That is that. Oh yeah, also, this truck is going to be transporting the neurotoxins, which is basically a bomber truck. It's going to park right outside the police station and explode. That's why they have it here. See, lots of stuff has happened. Snow cone truck is making lots of business, even though it's during autumn season, which makes no sense, but hey, it's working for him. That's that. Also, if you see some different colored trees, that means trees are changing colors. The leaves are now basically just turning into autumn. It's the autumn season, so it makes sense to do that. Also, if you come down here, Truckman has a light on. He has awakened. You may have thought he was dead, but he is not. The almighty Truckman never dies. Unless he's really beat up. Also, in here... Oh yeah, here's a quick look at the map. So you got the Mysterious Manor, which is now here instead of Camper Cabin. Why do you call it Mysterious Manor, you may ask? Well, if you come up here, all the furniture that was left here before Rocky and SkepVZ moved out, it is now up here, and there's a paranormal gnome messing with it. So yeah, these guys are scattered everywhere, causing chaos. And that is that. Also, the radio, or not the radio, signal tower that was here has been scrapped to help make the houses over here, which I will cover soon. The all-new Rifto Township. Also, another random gnome hut. He's curious about the whole Rifto Township, so he's looking out the window all excited, because, you know, it's new. Thinking about what else I need to cover. Also, if you come over here, the hut that is traditional on this story map is now water coolers. It's now filled with water coolers. So, if you're new to this, and this is your first map change you chimed into, basically what happens is, progressively, these water coolers, or whatever prop is in here, starts to disappear throughout the season, and when the last one's left, that signals the last map change of the season, so after that, it will get replaced by a new prop. Also, there's a solo gnome over here, just spying on the whole island. Also, the yellow hut was moved from over there by a truck. It used to be over here, but it didn't fit in that place properly, so they moved it. Also, the rocket spray is here now, instead of over here. I may have covered that already, but just double checking. Like, again, I am going off what comes to mind, not on a script. Also, the gnomes have moved out. The gnomes that were in here have moved out and brought their equipment over to the gnome base. Also, here's when the deal went wrong. Basically, it was a trade of illegal files that were stolen from the FBI building and a neurotoxin sample that was going to be tested somewhere. But the stupid gnomes, the stupid gnome that was carrying it, dropped it and it broke open, which basically released a toxin, which killed all the gnomes here. So yeah, tragic here. Very tragic. Also, the tomato place has opened for business and it's doing quite good also. Police cars checking it out. A bunch of other cars are from the island. And it has the spinning tomato head, unlike the one that doesn't spin, because, you know, it's more appealing to customers. As you can see here, they don't got a really big workspace, but definitely have a kitchen. Picture of the original Tomato Town, rest in peace. Also, this area was cleaned up, because as you all know, the Durburger head and the rocket ship part was here, and it was really had a lot of tall grass in here, so that was moved and scrapped, and the grass was cut here, so now it looks kind of decent. Also, lots of cars moved around the island to give the realistic feel to it. So yeah, this is the new and improved gnome base. I'm pretty much covering stuff I already covered, so I think I've covered pretty much everything over here. So now I will get to the most and biggest map change. So if you come over here, we now have Rifto Township. So the destroyed greenhouse you guys voted for, I modified it a little bit, and it is now a fixed version of the greenhouse near Boney Burbs. And as you can see, they packed up some of their Halloween decorations, because you know Halloween's over. They still haven't taken the cobwebs down. As you see, there's nothing really special about this house. It's just a normal house, pretty much. Except it's custom. That's the only difference. Also, I'm not going to be showing interiors on these houses because they don't really have any, because I had to save memory. So yeah, overall I think Rifto Township came out pretty good. I'm sorry you guys didn't get the vote for the other 3 votes, but hey, I think it looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Also, a fan favorite house is returned. You know, the one that used to be over here with the solar panels has returned. But I will show interior on this house because I added it now. It's just plain, nothing really special about it, but yeah, that is that. Also, Dorito has made his way down to the town hall. They're basically talking about the experience of what they had at Rifto Township so far and how much they like it. It was just basically a bunch of residents from Rifto City just discussing it, because this city hall is not just for Rifto Township, it's for the entire island. And overall, guys, I think that is it. Thanks for popping in if you did when this is live. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next map change. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. Next week, or possibly in another video. But yeah, see you boys later. Have a good one.